In the beginning, bro, like way back when, there was nothing. It was just like dark, a total blackout. And God was just chilling in the void thinking about what to do with all this emptiness. God was like, dude, let there be light, and boom, it was lit, man. The ultimate party starter. He split the light from the dark and was like, whoa, bro, this is going to be a wild ride. Welcome back to Nanodosing. Arian Foster sitting next to me in the studio.
Facts.
The man himself, Big T's here, and Billy Football has joined us in Chicago, Illinois as well.
The band is back.
We're back, and today's episode, it's January 30th. Some big's coming up soon. I forget what it is. January 30th. Today's episode brought to you by Rent App. We've got something truly special for all the renters and landlords out there. Billy just now realized that he's going to be out of town at the start of the month of February in real time. That's a hot start from Billy.
No, I just realized it's Big Cat's birthday, and I didn't say happy birthday to him when I came in today.
No, it's his birthday tomorrow when this podcast comes out.
So it's your birthday?
No, my birthday is on Wednesday.
What day is it today?
Today's Monday.
Okay, so tomorrow. Okay.
But
Tomorrow's
also, Billy,
Big Cat's birthday.
don't forget you have to pay rent.
Yes.
You're going to be in Chicago on the first of the month.
Yes.
And paying rent is something that we all have to do. Let's be honest, it can sometimes be a bit of a hassle, but what if there was a way to make it all easier, more straightforward, and even beneficial for your financial future? Well, introducing Rent App, the ultimate tool for renters everywhere. Rent App takes the hassle out of paying rent by depositing your payments directly into your landlord's bank account. No more trips to the ATM, no more mailing checks, no more managing balances in multiple apps, just simple, direct transactions that make life easier for both you and your landlord. There are no fees, no weekly limits. That's right, Rent App is completely free for you to use. No need for your landlord to create an account. It's completely free for them. The Rent App is also about helping you build a brighter financial future. By optionally reporting your on-time rent payments to the 3 major credit bureaus, Rent App brings you one step closer to home ownership and helps boost your credit score. So why wait? Go to the App Store, download Rent App today, and follow Rent App at Rent App on Instagram and Twitter. And for our listeners, we have an exclusive deal. Go to rent.app/barstool to get $50 cash back on your first rent payment. If you're a landlord, go to rent.app/landlord to get paid on time and without hassle. But if you're paying rent, you can get $50 back on your first rent payment just by going to rent.app/barstool. Check it out. All right, we're in studio. We're all live. The boys are in Chicago. Arian and Billy made the trek here. I know, Arian, I got to hang out with you a little bit yesterday.
We did. We hung out.
We gambled a little bit. We watched some football.
We did.
Watched the conference championship games. Arian put his first sports bets down of his life, and you made money.
I won.
Now you're set.
Now I'm set, so I can pay my rent.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, you got money in your account floating around, and now you're just gonna be gambling on everything.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. my grandpa was a gambler, but like now granted, I'm not advocating for his methodology, but like he had a chart. I saw him with a chart. And he was like, it depends on when you're born, the moon cycle, like all that shit. I don't believe in none of that shit. But every time this motherfucker went to Vegas, he would come back with like 3,000 here, 5,000 here, 10,000 here. I don't know. Maybe it worked, but he always won. The shit was crazy. But
I would like to see this chart.
What games?
He played cards. He played slot machines. He was just a gambler. He was just nice at it. I never had that. And so he taught me when I was young. He's like, son, if it's not your day, walk away. Mm-hmm. They just walk away. So I always set a limit. Like if I gamble, it's like I could lose 300 today. After 300, I just don't have it in me because like he taught me when I was young, just walk away, walk away. So once I set my limit, I go past my limit, I'm out.
We went to
never gamble the rent money, people.
That's good advice.
Beer money, not rent money.
There you go.
We went to the Lake Charles Casino. Arian and I spent a weekend there, a year and a half ago?
That's true.
And Arian is a slot king.
Yeah, I was killing that shit.
You were killing the slots. I don't know how much money. I don't know if it's $300, but you walked away with a lot more than that.
No, I won like $1,800, I think.
Yeah. I hate slot machines.
It's kind of bullshit.
You sit there in a chair and for like a minute and a half you press a button and then you don't have any more money.
Yeah. Or you do.
No, but when you hit one, when it gets like the bonus spins, and then those hit big, it's awesome.
I love the bonus spins, but there's nothing worse than sitting there for like a minute not getting a bonus spin, and then you
Yeah.
you lose everything.
The funny part was I picked that slot machine because at the time my girlfriend, she Vietnamese, and so there was a slot machine called Crazy Rich Asians from the movie, and so I was like, let's do this one. It was a joke, and we laughed, and I ended up winning.
Yeah,
Funny
smart.
as hell.
As a sign from the universe. Your grandfather would have been proud. I am interested to see what that chart looks like.
I don't know. He passed a while back, but I don't know if we got a whole bunch of boxes of his stuff. I'll ask my dad.
Find the chart. I could use a chart like
I
that.
got you. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
if
ask
he's
my
got
brother.
a system, I mean,
Yeah, moon, stars.
people need to know.
I will be the biggest astrology girl of all time if it makes me money.
I hate to out my mom like this, but yo, she fucked me up this morning. Speaking of wild shit to believe in, she told me this morning that she believes that there are witches.
Yeah, they are.
Oh fuck me, man! Get the fuck out of here. Like when I mean witch, I mean like dead ass. She's like, no, so and so. I ain't gonna out her totally, but she's like, so and so. Yeah, we think that she put a spell on us. I'm like, Mom, what the fuck are you talking about? She's dead. I never heard my mother talk like this. Now this is my first time. I was learning it live.
She got cursed?
She thinks, she's like, this January's been really bad for us. We think that so and so cursed us. I was like, what do you mean cursed us? She's like, yeah, like you know they have like kind of like powers. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking,
Hexing?
bruh? No, you understand? I've never heard my mother talk like this before, and it fucked me up to the point I was like, yo, do I gotta come check on y'all? Like, do I have to come?
Does she listen to this show?
every now and then?
I mean, could be too much Billy.
We gotta regulate the magic. I've been saying this. Just
Yeah.
common sense magic control.
Man, that shit fucked me up this morning, man.
Somebody had like made a broth with eye of newt, and then drank it, and then all of a sudden she's having a bad January.
She said that she thinks that, she's like, I've never seen it. She's like, I just know that people claim and their justifications are, you know, that they're valid. I'm like, Ma, like, what are you talking about, Ma? Like, you bugging right now.
Yeah, witchcraft, man. Bring back the witch trials, right, Billy?
No, I just just like if people are actively cursing someone, I think there just should be like, hey,
Should that be against the law?
I think maybe. Depends on what type of steps the magic has taken.
Yeah.
I think if you sacrifice any living thing to cause a curse, I think that should be illegal. Like killing an animal or human under like a cursing pretext, that should definitely be like animal cruelty.
What is a cursing pretext?
I don't know, like sacrificing like a chicken under like the full moon to like make sure someone has a bad time, or like just
What about to make somebody have a good time?
I don't know.
It's just
like
a blessing.
just that's a blessing. That's not a curse. Yeah.
Although we do that shit for lunch every day.
I just looked it up here, how to put a curse on someone. Beware of the possible outcomes. If your curse is successful, it could significantly affect your target's life.
Okay.
Studies have shown that people who believe they're cursed and feel helpless against it may suffer from diastolic flaccidity, which causes rapid drop in blood pressure and can lead to death. Probably also can't get it up. Know that
More
it could come
importantly-
back to you. So a common Wiccan concept also abides by the reap what you sow mentality. It says whatever you do, whether it be positive or negative, it will come back to you threefold.
So why not just do a bunch of positive shit? It feels like more productive.
Yeah. And
Just
then
run around blessing everybody.
this how to curse somebody page also has a step that says consider forgiving and moving on. So maybe don't put the curse on someone.
But why is that information out
Okay,
there?
wait. Set your intention. If you decide that you want to move forward with the curse, sit down and carefully think about what you want to happen. Having a clear sense of what you want to happen as you work through every stage of your curse will make it more effective. And then protect yourself. I need an amulet to protect myself. Gather your materials. Obtain a poppet. I don't know what a poppet is. If you collect hair or nail clippings from your target, be sure that you do this without being noticed.
What?
Hey, stop. I have a lucky $2 bill and a lucky penny. You didn't get any. Stop.
Oh, I got some that time.
What are you gonna do with it? Eat it?
I'm gonna curse. No, I just have to. I have to prepare my
Preserve
poppet.
it?
What does
I'm
it
gonna
do?
shut up, Billy. I'm putting a curse on you.
By the way, the whole
See that?
remember
See
the
that?
whole
That's Billy's arm hair right there.
see
the
it.
whole listenership tried to curse me. Anyone who has hexes.
Yeah, but they didn't have your arm hair.
Yeah, but I got a protecting guardian, and it was Lana Del Rey. I think she has enough like magical power to prevent all the hexes coming at
Did
me.
you just listen to her?
I wore a T-shirt, I just think she's a good guardian for those type of things. There's a huge correlation between hexers and Lana Del Rey. So, if you can't beat them, join them.
I'm calling on the universe right now. It's all its powers to put a curse on Billy Football by the power of his arm hair that's in my hands right now to make him vote Democrat and to become allergic to all types of meat.
Where's your bite?
I already beat that, dude.
I want him to get cursed with being allergic to all kinds of meat.
No, that's
And
so fucked up.
I also want
Is this a wooden table?
I also want his jump shot to just be complete trash.
It already is. So you
Worse. I want it to be worse.
got you.
I can get wet.
And I want him to lose all athletic ability.
Wait, what?
I want Billy.
My jumper can get wet. It depends on the day.
Universe, I'm calling on you to make Billy Football a nerd.
Again,
Thank
man,
you,
you're already
universe.
doing shit that's already
Dude,
happening.
what happens if I
Thank
turn
you,
into a
universe.
nerd and then just like become a tech billionaire? Yeah,
Oh,
that's the reap what you sow.
You would definitely become a
if I
tech
became a
billionaire.
nerd,
Yeah.
just come up with some sick nerd idea.
We're here to change the world.
Yeah. I gotta call myself out. I admittedly forgot the Biden hat this morning. And
Yeah, you did.
before I got up at 6, I forgot the Biden hat. I do have our Macrodosing UFO hat, which has just gone back for sale at the Barstool store.
It's a great hat.
So check it out. It is live as we are speaking. It was off the market for a little, and who knows, it might go back off the market. So
You look
very
rough,
limited
man.
time.
You look rough, though.
I woke up at 5:30,
Yeah.
got a quick workout in.
Your face getting bigger. What are you taking, man?
My face not getting big.
I ain't
just
seen you in a minute.
I
man.
know. So is it bigger than?
It's
Yeah.
getting bigger. You feel like his face got bigger?
Not until you said it, but now I'm looking at it thinking,
Has it gotten fatter or like jawbone bigger? Because I have been mouth taping, which might be giving me my jawline
What
better.
is mouth taping?
So I have a fucked up nose, deviated septum, can't really breathe out of it. I'm sorry if I sound nasally. So what I started to do after the new year was I was using nasal strips to like open up those pathways and taping my mouth shut because like I had a bad snoring problem, sleep apnea type stuff.
Oh.
That was supposed to help. It's supposed to actually make your jawline stronger. And I was like, I'm getting older, stronger jawline. Make sure you don't get that like.
Why would taping your mouth make your jaw stronger?
Apparently, because you're clamping your mouth shut, you're not like your mouth's not open like mouth breathing. Mouth breathers have weak chins.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Weird.
wait, so when you go to bed, you take tape and
Yes.
put it over your mouth.
And then I put a nasal strip to make sure my nose
What
works.
kind of tape, okay?
You can buy expensive tape, but I literally just use masking tape.
You just tape
The
yourself.
clear joint? Like,
Yeah. But you only need to tape a little because then
is that why you shave your face?
I shave my face because I can only grow a mustache.
If Billy died in his sleep, the detectives would go and be like, "This is a serial
It's a
killer."
homicide.
Yeah,
Someone,
They're
it's not
doing some
duct tape.
fucked up stuff.
One night I used duct tape.
You should use duct tape.
Duct tape would be wild to take
Yeah.
to yourself.
He's into some
Yeah.
kinky shit. We got a BDSM serial killer out there.
Do those nasal strips work for you? I've been on that's the biggest racket.
No,
going
dude.
for years.
If you have a really fucked up nose, like
What does it do? How can it help?
so I can't breathe out of my nose.
no, I'm not.
No.
I've seen dudes wear that shit for years.
Yeah.
Like in the league, like they have them on the sidelines. You can just put them
Yeah.
on. I tried it. I was like, maybe it helps me breathe better than I already do. I felt nothing. So maybe.
Well, because you have good nasal
That's true,
passages.
so I'm-
I'm gonna breathe through my nose into the mic. I'm very sorry.
Whatever the opposite of ASMR is.
Like it takes me a lot to breathe through my nose.
RMSA.
Shouldn't you like get that fixed?
I should get a deviated septum surgery, but I really actually been thinking about it because I've sometimes forgotten I had the nasal strip on in the morning when I go run, and I was like, oh man, I'm feeling like I got lungs today, and it's because I was able to breathe through my nose.
You just need to get punched in the face.
No, I got punched in the face too much, and that's why it's fucked up.
Maybe repunched.
Punch the other way.
Yeah, punch the other way. Fight a southpaw. Yeah. A left-handed guy.
We got it in the office, rough and rowdy. April.
Yeah, we do. Hank's left-handed. I don't know how he boxes, but he does. Hank's one of those weird
He
guys
don't
that
look like he got hands though.
he's 1-0.
Yeah,
Who he fight?
Tex.
long story.
Long story. December 15th, 2016. He beat up Tex. But yeah, we do have some southpaws, but Hank is like, some guys are weird like that where they do 50% of their shit right-handed and then 50% of it left-handed.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah, but it's like If Hank swung a golf club left-handed, he probably couldn't hit the ball.
Right.
But he can swing it right-handed. But then I think he writes with his left hand.
Yeah, I know.
He
some
can't
dudes
write with his right hand.
What leg did he jump off of?
I don't know.
Like, cause I'm right-handed.
really jump.
This is usually the case. I'm right-handed. I jump off my left. Like, my left is my dominant leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there's
Same.
a lot of righties that actually fight southpaw because the jab is a more important punch
Yeah.
than the two. So if they have a good right and they get better jabs, I mean that you just become a better fighter because your spacing and stuff is better than a big left.
Yeah.
Sound like cat.
No, like think about it. Like you use your jab way more in boxing than your dominant.
But wouldn't you rather have the dominant punch be that? Because the jab is rarely is a jab like strategic enough. It's more like to get him up off you.
Yeah, but like if you're using the jab and the hook.
I don't know enough about fighting. I'm just talking
Yeah.
shit.
I feel like you would
I don't know shit
rather
about fighting.
like turn your hips into the big right
big
if you're
one,
right-handed.
big joint,
yeah.
right?
Right, but if you begin like that, some guys will train them to fight southpaw. A lot of the best fighters can fight southpaw and
Yeah, they switch
orthodox.
back and forth.
So
All right, well, somebody punch Billy in the face. If you're left-handed, we need.
If you're left-handed and you see Billy, just he needs your help.
okay, it's a left
you're-
hook. I need a left hook.
We need
If
a
you're
witch,
true Billy fan.
a witch to put a spell on him, and then just some left-handed guy to punch him. I think we'll be good.
Great combo.
It's going to be a big week here for Macrodosing because we got the boys in town, and we're going to be doing the science fair. We're taping that this week. Very much looking forward to it. Jersey Jerry
Do we
is
got the
determined.
lab coach? Do we got the lab coach?
I don't know.
Yep, they're back here.
Yay.
I know Jersey Jerry's determined to one up his presentation from last time
Yo.
when he lit a $100 bill on fire. When he was like, "Watch this, the bill is not burning at all." I told him he should light 500 bills on fire, like light just more cash. That's the only way to one up it. But
I'm going to light this on fire, and nothing's going to happen to the bill. The bill will be on fire, and then once it goes out, you still have a fresh $100 bill.
okay,
Should we do it?
yeah, let's do it. Oh no.
See, it's on fire. Hold on.
Wait, there was a flame on the ground.
No, it's
okay,
out.
it's not there.
Bill's on fire. Nothing's happening to the bill.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
So, try the other side.
That's gonna be fun, and then we got some big plans for Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon. Special guest coming on the show. I guess I can say it, right?
No, save it.
Save it?
It's good. It's good stuff.
Brace
Look it out,
yourself.
because I don't even know who it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Who is it?
You know, we talked about it. I'll tell you offline.
CT.
I'll tell you offline.
All right.
So yeah, big week planned here. Now we did have one piece of homework for today's show, and Billy agreed last week that he would start to translate the Bible because it's been too long since we've had a new translation. So he's got the Brobel, chapter 1. You did the full translation of chapter 1.
It's pretty long. It's my own interpretation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be, man.
Okay. This is about this looks like it's 500 words.
God damn.
Yeah. Let me.
Wait, did you do a book or a chapter?
I did a chapter.
That's longer than the regular chapter.
Wait, show me that.
That's
Let
like,
me-
that's. Am
let
I
me-
tripping?
Let me send it. Let me see how
Hold on, I got
much
I got
longer.
a Bible app.
Is
Hold
this
on.
chapter 1 of the?
Let me see the words versus words. It's
Is
chapter
you have
1.
the Bible
Old
app on
Testament?
your phone?
Yeah, Old Testament. In the beginning.
This is the first chapter. Why
Yeah.
why that look longer than the first chapter?
I think it looks longer because it's on my phone. Let me.
Yeah,
Just
you're
read
right. This
it,
is on-
Billy.
Have
this
you
on-
always had that?
Yeah.
That's interesting to me.
I read the Bible, Big T. Just because I don't believe in it doesn't mean I don't understand it.
No, it's interesting.
It's important to understand its historical significance, especially as an atheist, to understand its place in the world and to understand the world in which I operate is a religious one. So I understand my Bible, I understand my Quran, and pretty well. So, and it's also like as an atheist, I care about what I believe. I'm not saying anybody else doesn't or does. I'm not projecting. I'm just saying I've always cared about what I believe via truth or not truth. And so I've studied it in a real way. You know what I mean? So I and plus it's a good read here and there.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some good stuff in there.
It's got some very interesting stuff.
It got some
We're gonna
wild
talk-
stuff.
Yeah.
It got some
dude.
wild stuff.
There's
in
some funny stuff in there.
in my younger days, I was a little more antagonistic.
Mm-hmm.
But like now, I'm just like, man, believe what you want. Just don't put it on me, and we good money, man.
You've gotten too soft.
I'm a soft atheist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a soft atheist. Yeah.
All right. Well, chapter 1, verse 1 of Billy Football's Bible translation. I want to hear it. I think people want to hear it, Billy.
All right. So this is like, I translated not only using, more modern word structure, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Shakespeare, Old English, or the King James Bible is written in a way that we don't currently write.
Right.
So it also, I added interpretations and specifics that we apply and all well know today.
Time out. Did they talk like that back then? Like
King James, not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe that the parables and the, was a modern form of language. Like they even had to read that. Like, I mean, come on, fam.
Yeah, it sounds like something that you would sit down, think about, and write.
Yeah.
Not like walking down the street. Oh, milady, you are lovely as a unicorn. This fine morrow.
Oh no, the Shakespearean tongue, like that is how they spoke.
There's no way they talk.
Did
like
you
that.
notice how they use the way they write some words is the vernacular they spoke?
So everybody was just poetic as fuck. I
Yeah.
find it hard to believe.
No. The prose is, but the sing-song rhyme isn't. Like that's Shakespeare.
Right. But the prose
Yeah.
is still very flowery. People just talk
Yeah, they were flowery people back then.
very flowery.
When everything stunk because no one had baths and shit, they had to like make it a little more freshened up.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually
But that's
totally
how
off topic.
That's how it was though. So it wasn't sneaky to them.
Yeah, but the old radio accent, not the old radio accent, like the transatlantic area, like why I say, what's up,
Yeah.
fellow?
The rich accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was made specifically because it was easier for recordings and radio to pick it up. So like that transatlantic accent that like is used in like It's a Wonderful Life, like those old movies, Casablanca, like that's because it was picked up on the audio receiver or whatever better than like other vernacular.
I didn't know that.
So not everyone spoke like that. It was just in the 1920s.
Yeah, like the old timey baseball announcers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially them because they were
Now
broadcasting.
stepping up to bat, Lou
Yeah.
Gehrig.
Yeah, okay.
Why do you pick him?
I don't know. He's a Yankee. All right, so Billy.
You
All right, here
imagine,
you go.
100 years from now, everybody talk like Marv Albert.
Yeah.
It's a spectacular drink.
Now put your panties on me. I'm gonna bite you. Come here. Let me bite you.
Wait, did he do weird stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you don't know about
Marv Albert?
Yeah.
I got to-
No, I didn't.
That's the one T I do know about.
Yeah.
Oh man, I
From
wrote
downtown. I'm gonna bite your panties.
It was on some like Oscar De La Hoya type.
Oh,
I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was that bad, but it was like he was a little kinky.
Yeah, it was like
up
a little
there.
worse than kinky. It was like
It was up there.
wear what you want to wear. I'm fine with that. But then he was like actually biting
Yeah,
a prostitute.
he was biting prostitutes.
He's kind of a cannibal.
Oh, he did some bad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bang.
Too. In 1997.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah. But I've always loved it. You know, like I think that one of his best calls was when Mike went in the air and switched hands. Spectacular move. He did that. He did that with me one time.
Did he?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
It was spectacular. He said spectacular.
So he gave you the same praise that he gave Michael
I
Jordan.
mean, obviously not the same play, but when I watched the telecast back, because everybody's like, Marv Albert said your name like that, and I was like, oh shit, son. Like that shit was crazy.
He does have a big game.
It was
voice.
amazing. Like that one was always a really dope one that I keep in my treasure trove. And then Gus Johnson, when Gus Johnson said my name.
Yeah.
I think those are two top. The one thing Madden never said my name.
He didn't?
Nah.
Was Madden still working?
Yo, guys, I got something crazy. I
don't think so.
I
Not
don't
when I was
think
like
so
balling
either.
like that. Yeah, not when I was balling.
That would have been great just to have that always.
It might be like my ringtone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Boom.
my version is almost exactly the same words. Just it was 852 versus 825, and for a second I thought they were exactly the same.
You're supposed to paraphrase and you just.
He might have just plagiarized.
Yeah,
That would be the ultimate Billy football.
He AI.
No, I wrote this. I wrote this.
This
look,
is if you
10
Let us see your chat GPT search
10
history.
go for it. This is at 10:49 a.m., which is when I landed. So when it registered, I
You
was
did it
writing on
today?
Yeah,
Oh,
on the plane. I ripped 3 Red Bulls, hopped on the plane, and wrote this. And I thought I was like,
I said ripped 3 Red Bulls. I don't even.
It was,
I've never heard it in that.
It would be
context.
the perfect Billy football translation would just be if you were to run it through like an AI.
No,
and
dude.
have somebody else do the work for him and try to get away with it.
Do you
That would actually be wonderful.
Do you want to put it into AI and get a comparison?
Like write the Bible in the voice of Billy Football.
Of a
I did.
or just as a collegiate frat guy who loves Coors Light.
All right, do you want me to start?
Yep.
In the beginning, there was nothing. If you imagine nothing in your head, you still wouldn't depict what the beginning was.
Okay. So
Don't interrupt.
but it's less than nothing. Then.
I'm gonna just don't interrupt.
Okay.
Let this flow.
I need to
Let
take
this flow.
notes, cuz.
I'm gonna
What
start
the-
again. I'm gonna start again.
Please do.
In the beginning, there was nothing. If you imagine nothing in your head, you still wouldn't depict what the beginning was. It wasn't just a slab of black. See, that darkness we usually think of in our mind as nothingness in itself is something. It wasn't even a vacuum like space. We can't even imagine nothing because that in itself is a thought. We don't know if the beginning was someone else's middle or even now. It was absolute nothingness.
I want to be very clear. The first verse of the Bible is in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It is very, it starts out,
All right.
God created.
Okay, is
and
this,
you
is
start-
this God's? Is this God? This is
and you
not
spent-
St. James. This is
You
my
spent
interpretation.
300 words doing the exact opposite.
This is
Yeah, I guess
exactly how wars start, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like this is a new religion starting, and you're like, no, your religion completely misinterprets everything.
Well, I'm extremely curious as to why you like where.
I really wanted to concentrate on what there was before anything because it was nothing.
but that's not an interpretation. That is you're postulating that,
I am.
because if we're going by the scientific definition, we have no guess as to what was before.
Right.
You
and
wrote
you're
a new
saying-
thing.
I think I
this-
did.
This
I think
isn't-
I did.
This isn't a transcription of this Bible. You're just writing a new Bible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's let it ride.
He's writing the prequel.
All right. Hang in there. Hang on.
I'm with you. Let's go.
All right.
Now that I know what's going on, I'm in.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Out of this nothingness, a force of a higher power, what many describe as God, caused an explosion of light. That light came with it progress, forces of good, and for the first time in this nothingness, there was something. There was light. Even where this light did not shine, there was darkness. Mass and matter also came out of this explosion of light.
Now we're talking.
All these elements, solids, liquids, and gases swirled around in a newly formed something, illuminated by the light, but never moving as fast as the light. Light came first because it was the fastest,
Okay.
and the rest followed. This swirl of somethings that came out of the nothing rotated, moved, and slowly settled after a long time. From the same force that created the somethings out of nothing, the elements gathered in such a unique way that large masses attracted smaller masses. One of these collections of masses occurred out of the lowest probabilities. A miracle that could only be explained by some intelligent design, this mass sat rotating just the right distance away from a burning mass of gas that kept it not too hot, but also not too cold. It was just right. I plagiarized that line.
It was Goldilocks.
Yes. Out of all the elements that swirled around in this cosmic soup created by the driving force of creation, this ball of mass was covered in liquid form of hydrogen bonded with oxygen in the tranquil temperature of this planet. This element was special because it was one of the only liquids that expanded its volume when cooled and frozen. On this round floating wet mass, there were parts covered by this water and dry parts made up of other solid elements.
Wait. The liquid didn't come till later.
But it gathered there. It got there.
No.
It just...
The reason why we think the Earth has oceans is it's actually from comets.
Yeah, I know.
Icy comets.
Yeah.
I just asked ChatGPT to do a couple things for me here. I asked him to write it as John Madden. In the beginning, boom, you got absolutely nothing. And then God says, let there be light. And just like that, boom, we've got light, folks. It's like a touchdown pass right down the field, a perfect spiral of creation. God's drawing up the play and bang, he executes it. Now that's what I call a power move. God looks at the light. He says,
Okay, well, do we
he says
ask...
it's good. Talk about a game changer. It's like having a star quarterback on your team. Then God starts dividing things. He separates the light from the darkness. Boom, day and night, like the 2-minute drill. God's managing the clock, making sure everything is running smoothly. And it's all good, folks. It's all good. I can almost see the X's nose in the sky. Okay, I also asked him to write it as Donald J. Trump, President
That's
Donald
fucking
J. Trump.
funny though, bro.
This is good. This is pretty good. Big T, do you want to read it in your Trump voice?
Have we just hijacked my writing?
Yeah, hang on for a second. Big T, just do the Trump
No,
voice.
you do it.
I can't do a Trump.
You got to try. My voice is
In the
messed
tremendous
up.
beginning, folks, I can't do it.
Do you want me to do it?
No, I want Big T to do it.
I don't want to do it.
Come on, Big T.
I don't want to do it. I don't approve of this.
All right, Billy, you do it.
Oh.
It's good.
In the tremendous beginning, folks, it was absolutely fantastic. Believe me, there was this tremendous light, the best light. I've seen many lights, and it was just tremendous. We're talking about a really, really big beginning, folks. The biggest. God, a tremendous guy, created the heavens
That's actually
and
funny.
the earth. And let me tell you, it was beautiful. Just beautiful. Nothing like you've ever seen before. And we're going to make the universe great again.
I like
You won't believe it.
God, tremendous guy.
That is something he'd actually say.
Tremendous guy.
2 Corinthians.
Yeah.
2 Corinthians. All right, Billy.
We're just, do you want me to keep
I had him do
continue?
as Joe Biden, too. In the beginning, my friends, there was a moment of hope and unity. We stand together on this journey guided by the promise of a brighter future. Let's build a nation where compassion and empathy reign, where every American is seen and heard. Together we embark on a path towards a more perfect union with liberty and justice for all.
And the Earth Rider with the beer. And
Dog face pony
they
soldiers.
do brew the beer. The Earth Rider.
That's such a great clip, right?
Did y'all watch that?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't see this clip
No,
of him the
but
other day?
it
You
looked
gotta,
like some shit he
no,
did.
you need to see it.
Send
It's
it to the
just search, just go on Twitter, search Biden beer.
Yeah, it's
It'll
good.
come up. He's at a brewery trying to speak coherently, and as you can imagine, it goes awry. Here, play it out loud.
All right.
It was that first video.
Guys, we got 500 words left over here. I'm going to read this. Worked hard on it.
Just wait a second.
All right, here we go.
Beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called.
And then people
How
like,
do they know
oh,
when to
good one,
laugh?
Mr. President. No, this guy.
He should have said he was drunk on the beer.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
yeah.
Like
he doesn't drink. That's the thing. It's like,
Biden don't drink?
no, Biden, I don't think he's ever drank.
Is he really going to be the
Dude,
nominee?
honestly, he should drink and see if it makes him talk better.
Unfortunately,
I had a
yeah.
buddy with a stutter, and when he would drink, he'd speak normal.
He doesn't have a stutter. He has
Well,
half a
apparently,
brain.
apparently has a stutter.
I think he when he was a kid, he stuttered or something. But
Well, that
that,
shit coming back.
that's not the problem. The problem is that he does not have the mental capacity to live,
I'm
let
with you,
alone
man.
be president.
I'm not a fan of Buddy, and I think he's horrible. Dog shit.
I seriously can't believe they're going to run him.
I can.
I'm still not convinced.
We had a chance before that, and everybody was just in on Buddy. I think it's, I don't know.
Are you hearing these Michelle Obama rumors? That
No.
Michelle in the spring, Michelle is going to become the Democratic
If
nominee.
it'll be Gavin Newsom if it's somebody else.
I would vote for Michelle Obama.
It would
Why?
shock me if
Why?
it was.
She hasn't even
she's
put
not a
out
politician.
don't know anything about
She
her.
hasn't put one policy out.
I think it's better than.
I would agree, but just to say I would vote for, I hate that.
Well, the thing is, Michelle,
you're voting for
we're just
Michelle Obama-
reelecting.
No, if you're
Barack
voting, if you're
Obama.
voting for Michelle Obama, you're quite literally just saying like, I would like a better figurehead.
Yes, someone who could actually like talk to world leaders and like show some sort of like competence.
Yeah, I would like to elect somebody that has good ideas.
I mean, everyone's fucking around across the world because they don't think the person at the helm is competent. That is just.
What I'm talking about, do you think America's like the world's principal?
I mean, I think we goddamn are the closest thing.
We're not.
Kind of a pretty democratic principle.
Like, Democrat is in the modern use.
Liberal.
Lib
not-
like lib principle.
Yes.
That we should be the world's.
Yes.
The thing is, we can be insular and not have to project our power if we just silently speak softly and hold a big stick.
is that a liberal?
Right now, we're
policy?
just fucking. Right now, we're just like throwing tiny sticks and stones across the world
But how-
and
but how's-
being
but how-
talking like Joe Biden at a brewery.
But how so? I mean, give me an example.
I think when the United States projects power and projects competency, their foreign leaders are less likely to pull some shit.
Like in what instance are you mean though? Like
I'd
Projects,
say
how do you project power? Like funding.
project power just with basically not having that coming over the airwaves. I mean, not only like the thing is, there's still people in this world. Strongman politic, like, is something that most of the world understands, and in our, protected democracy with all these social advancements and like certain forms of equality that do not exist around the world, like there are still dudes who be like like the biggest warrior, the biggest like dickhead who becomes the leader. That's strength. That's like, if you look at
What are you trying to say, brother?
I'm trying to say that they don't respect our leaders because they think they're soft.
Who's they?
People across the world that do not agree with American values.
Well, that's in opposition to what you said about not wanting Trump back. When Trump was in office, gas was cheap and our enemies were scared.
That
If you want
but that's the opposite end of the spectrum. If you have competence at the front, like there will be projections of power. Better than this. I mean, Trump, yes, would be the extreme version of aggressive competency and projection.
There was no world conflict when Trump was in office? Is that what we're saying?
No.
I know we're not saying that.
There
trying to get
technically
There was
he's the first president who didn't actively participate in a war.
What? He bombed the shit out of so many countries. He bombed Syria. He bombed
Iran, right? Him and Iran,
I don't know about Syria. That might be wrong.
Iran shot a bunch of those rockets at us in retaliation.
Trump may have had just as much, if not more, drones than Obama did.
Oh,
No.
He loved drones.
No, I agree. Listen, when I say I'm a leftist, I'm not a fan of the Obama droning, but Trump had so many drone strikes. There were,
Oh, please.
It's true.
I mean, you like objectively, the situation overseas in multiple theaters has gotten a lot more tumultuous since.
But that had
Trump has
nothing to
left.
do with. I would argue that would have nothing to do with U.S. foreign policy, and had everything to do with like Netanyahu and his right-wing government.
I think in that case, but I'd say that Putin took Ukraine because he thought America wouldn't do shit. And we have been doing stuff, but like that wouldn't have started.
See,
I think
that's why I don't know enough.
I think I think the biggest thing that caused a lot of this thought process was how the withdrawal from Afghanistan was taken care of, because I mean it isn't being projected this way, but it like what happened at the Kabul airport, in what like the stories you're hearing about subsequently is they're saying it's like some of the worst like ways we've left a country in like since Saigon.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't handled well at all. I just don't know like about liberalism translating to.
I'm not saying liberalism.
No, but I'm talking about like.
I'm just saying
I
competency.
guess over the course of my lifetime, the U.S. being the world's police officer has been, I would say, more of a conservative thing than a liberal thing. Like right now, yeah, we're doing shit in Ukraine, and we're kind of leading the charge on that. So I could see how you tie that into Democrats at the moment.
I'm not even blaming liberals. I'm saying Michelle Obama would solve the issue.
I'm going back to saying like, what is being the world's policeman? Like, is that looked at as a right-left thing? And is that like what left?
No. I'm not associating with leftism. I'm just saying that competency in something that we neglected with the election of Joe Biden is something that we've sort of.
Are you saying because as much as because like I think you would agree that I'm not a Joe Biden fan, right?
Right.
So like all these critiques of Joe Biden, I have of them from somebody on the far left.
That's
right?
what I'm.
But I guess what the funny part about conservatives is they don't have those critiques about Trump. He's just as incompetent, maybe a little less, but the bar is low. Like he's rambling the same. He used to ramble in his primary speeches before he was president. He rambled and he was incoherent, but he said some funny shit here and there. Like, are you critiquing Joe Biden with the same lens that you're critiquing Trump? Because he has plenty clips. Like
I have to
Remember
say,
when Trump wanted to nuke a hurricane? That rocked.
yeah, but the thing is,
okay, I want to defend Trump.
thing
I
is-
want to defend Trump for a second because he just asked if it was possible. He didn't know.
come on, you don't do that in front of people.
well,
Remember when he drew the
Yeah.
the only reason I'll
hilarious.
the only reason I'll
I agree.
defend
That shit funny as fuck.
the
bro.
only reason I'll defend that is because I'm also someone that will brainstorm out loud and say stupid shit. So I get what he was doing
his
there.
brain is working. He's just not a Mensa member. Biden's brain does not work.
I agree. Like you're not gonna get any argument trying to push a Joe Biden cognitive test. But Trump has plenty ramblings where he just says random shit, and you're like, what? Like he blamed Nikki Haley for not. She was the head of the security.
He confused her
January 6th
with Nancy Pelosi.
That's what I'm saying. It's like shit like that. It's like there's just as much incompetence, but it seems like it's excused when it comes to Trump. I think they're both. I think the fact that this is our choice as for president is wild.
It's a pretty big indictment upon the entire democratic system.
1,000%.
Who do you think, for example, let's take Putin, let's take Xi Jinping, let's take the Ayatollah in Iran. Who do you think they fear more, Trump or Biden?
I don't think they fear either one. I think they fear the United States military.
I think
right, but
Billy's right that you see a guy like Biden and other leaders are probably like, we can pull one over on this guy.
Like Putin's thinking
but on the same hand, I think that Putin saw Trump and was like, I know exactly how to manipulate this guy. But
at the same time, those guys, like, he didn't move on Ukraine until Biden got into office. And the thing is, they were moving on Ukraine that entire time Obama was in office. And that whole Donbass region that they were fighting over, Crimea in 2014, during the Trump time, they weren't making such active incursions. It was sort of slowing down.
He probably was a little bit afraid of getting nuked by Trump if he did something.
Look, telling Rocket Man, like going after Kim Jong-un and saying, little Rocket Man, I will rain hellfire on you if you try shit.
Yeah.
Like, shut him up for a couple years. He hasn't started saying crazy shit till Biden got back. Like, those guys are crazy. They're crazy.
I don't think it shut him up.
I want a statesman I want Obama back to just sort of be like, hey, like, we're America, but we're, we're the head of the free world. Like, let's keep this. But if in the meantime, when you have to pick from something, because look, you have to pick, or you can just not pick, but then you can't complain if you don't vote. At the same time, Kim Jong, you have you're not going to put a golden retriever in a dog fight. You need a pit bull if you want it to win and fight for you. And guess what? International affairs, the world at large, there's pit bulls at the heads of these other states.
I would put a Bernedoodle in there. They're pretty active. Right, Billy? You want Whitey. You want your dog in the White House.
No,
all bark, no bite.
No, he's a sweetheart.
So I guess that's what bothers me about Americans in general. Is like, I remember having policy discussions with people, and they rarely will list the policies that they're advocating for, and they're just voting on personality. And it seems to me that's what you feel the same way. It's more so you want a strong personality in office. Is that am I hearing
not
you
necessarily
correctly?
a strong personality. I just want someone with any semblance of statesmanship and look, I wouldn't, he's not my first choice, but we're picking between someone who, I can speak better when I'm hammered than as opposed to Trump.
But this is what I'm saying. So policy-wise. That's to me, because that's what how he talked, I don't give a fuck. I honestly didn't care how Trump thought. I thought it was divisive and some of it was funny as shit. I don't give a fuck but policy-wise, we differ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the reason why I voted for Joe Biden. Not because I like him. I think he's horrible. And he's way far away from policy-wise than I would want. But that's why I don't care, because the majority of them shits is just photo shoots.
Right.
Majority of them shits is just you have to, you have to do this, you have to do that. I don't care about none of that shit. I care about what legislation is he advocating for, and can he reach across the aisle and get something real done with infrastructure, shit like that.
Yeah, but that's what what angers me. Look, I remember, he visits Pittsburgh. The bridge collapses in Pittsburgh, and he's talking about American infrastructure and how much we need to, basically do the New Deal type stuff. And, he's going to promise tons of money are going to flow into American infrastructure. Rebuild America, wasn't that one of his things? Was that his program, Rebuild America?
I don't know if that was his or not.
Okay. But there's all this money that's being promised to be pumped into places like Flint, Michigan, urban centers around America, and then we're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, which are.
We also do the same thing with Israel. Do you have that same critique?
Honestly, I think there has been so much money flowing out of this country. It would be great to see it flow into the country.
I don't disagree with you. You're not gonna
I
that's
know.
a part of a leftist critique. I agree with that.
I agree with that as well. But it is.
But like you'll see conservatives, they'll say it's too much. We're just giving billions to Ukraine, but we give billions and have given billions to Israel.
Oh no, I
agree.
Like the thing is with that is the thing is you're getting so much intel and intelligence from the Israelis in exchange when it comes to people who want to harm the United States. It's that trade off. So
the same intel that couldn't or maybe did predict an October 7th. That's the intel you're relying on, and that's why you send them billions of dollars of aid. It has more to do. That's a weak ass excuse. You know we give them more money for more reasons than that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely. But the thing is, we send a lot of money a lot of places.
You're speaking my language.
Yeah.
What about this, Billy? Hear me out.
Yeah.
President The Rock.
Dude, fuck yeah, I'd take The Rock. We had this conversation. It's not just because he looks jacked. It's because he's like. It's not just I could see him.
Bro crush on.
I don't have a
reasons.
bro crush on him. He
definitely.
Apparently, no. It's more that I feel like he's a rational person who just would make rational decisions, as opposed to you know what I'm saying.
I mean,
for example, if one of you guys, and I know this is crazy, if any of us were put in the position, let's say snap of a finger, one of us are in the Oval Office and it's oh shit, you got to deal with the world. You'd be like, fuck that. But what would your second move be? Like, oh shit, can someone help me?
Monday after the Super Bowl holiday.
Okay. But rational things.
That's pretty
rational to me.
That's pretty rational. But you do something to try to do a good job.
Okay.
And make the right choice.
First policy you implement, you're president.
Universal health care.
Talk that shit. Okay.
And then second, legalized marijuana. Pardons for anybody that's ever been convicted.
Oh yeah. Which Biden was supposed to do.
Well, I think he did it for federal charges, right?
Yeah, he did federal?
I don't think he has the power.
He did all federal?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was.
I could be wrong.
I think it was nonviolent federal marijuana offenses.
He was supposed to declassify or the schedule. Change it to the schedule, not Schedule 1 drug.
That's a Hail Mary if he gets that done.
Mm-hmm.
That needed to be done yesterday.
So those are my first two things. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you.
I'm team PFT. Let me be your VP, dog.
On policy number 3. What would your first one be, Aaron?
Definitely universal health care. Then I think that I'd have to think about that.
All right, but let's say there's funding. So let's say it comes across your desk. Okay, the budget for international funding of different countries gets to your desk, and you have to sort of.
I would project strength by having the United States invade Taiwan before China could.
Student loan debt.
So now Taiwan is now part of the United States. It's not even its own country.
That's a fucking alpha move,
it's
dude.
Alpha move.
I love that.
We haven't talked about that. Everyone's like, oh, when's China going to invade Taiwan? They're going to take it back over.
Yeah.
No. We don't have to protect Taiwan. Why don't we invade that bitch first?
Yeah.
That's
I need some fishing rights. I need some fishing rights in the South China Sea.
But who?
And we're going to do a re-edit of that scene in Barbie, where now we get the line that goes around Taiwan and that's connected to Hawaii.
Dude, I never thought about that. That's dope.
West Hawaii.
That's toxic, man.
Trump might do that. That's a Trump move.
Yeah, I could actually see him saying.
He's definitely said that already.
Yeah,
but everyone's like, don't say that in public.
Yeah.
That would
buy Greenland.
That would start World War III.
It probably would. That's probably the one move that you could make that would definitely start World War III.
But who would get pissed off with you taking Taiwan?
The Taiwanese.
Yeah, but they're a tiny island.
They have a big military.
But it wouldn't change it wouldn't change much of their.
They're trying to. They want it.
Right. But
that would absolutely change everything.
But if
the US owns it,
if the US owns it, it doesn't really change the predicament. If they go after Taiwan, the US is still coming after them.
I think it signisignificantly complicates relationships with China
1000%.
and Japan
Trade routes.
and Japan
Yeah,
and
but
Russia.
what's Japan gonna say? There are we sunned them a long time ago.
Korea would be pissed off.
Yeah, they're the only reason they haven't been sent to Kingdom Come is because we've been scaring off King Jong.
He said it jokingly. You want to do this shit.
I don't want to do it, but
Billy's like, I don't really see a downside to invading an island that's a couple hundred miles away from the biggest standing army in the history of the world.
But the thing is, hypothetically, if we put moved missiles onto Taiwan towards China,
like fired missiles at it.
No, put Cuban Missile Crisis, China.
Yeah.
But instead of Cuba, Taiwan.
So your plan is to get as close to nuclear annihilation as we've ever been in the history of the world,
Since the Cuban Missile Crisis.
except way, way, way
No.
worse.
I'm just saying, if we basically already own Taiwan.
I wouldn't say that.
Yes, we do.
We protect them. We definitely the threat of American intervention is a significant deterrent.
The only difference would be is that we'd probably have to set up military bases on it. That
well,
would
yeah,
cause.
if we invaded it, we would.
If
yeah.
we invaded it, that wouldn't be a problem. It's if we invaded it and set up military bases, that would be where China would get pissed.
I think if we invade
that drew the line.
I think if we invaded Taiwan, which China still claims,
it would.
That would definitely be the start. But why not say that we're going to do it? I'm just saying. Well, we're
Look,
brainstorming
it was your
here.
idea. It was your idea.
We're brainstorming here.
It's the war room.
Yeah, we're brainstorming out loud.
Yeah.
This is what Trump, he was like, wait, just throwing ideas out there. Can you nuke the hurricane?
Yeah.
Look, he didn't
This
know.
is when you do it. It's a brainstorming session.
Yeah,
there are no
And
wrong
guess
answers
what?
here.
And guess what? I bet nobody else in that room suggested that.
That's
I
true.
bet it was a unique thought
Yeah.
I
that
love
nobody
that
else
type of
could have thought
brainstorming.
of.
Yeah.
No idea is a dumb idea.
We should be appreciating his creativity.
Yep.
Dude, this is me in the Macrodosing group chat sometimes.
You think Biden's come up with an idea that unique
I
ever?
don't think he's come up with an idea.
Why not?
Agreed.
Why not make Canada a state?
No.
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 It'd fuck up the flag. 50. We can never have another one. It's perfect.
All right. The Dakotas are one. It's just Dakota now.
Okay.
I'm actually, that might be my third policy. Just make it just one
No
Dakota.
more North and South states. It's Carolina. It's Dakota, and it's all.
That would start Civil War too.
It's all Virginia.
Yo,
But
speaking of.
I think North and South Carolina, yes.
Oh,
I don't
they'd
think-
fight a war.
With the Dakotas,
No,
though?
they
no,
don't
they
care.
hate each other. They think so.
A lot of guns.
From
up
what I
there,
picked
though.
up from.
It's like 400,000 people.
no,
And all of them have 6 guns.
No, but I don't know the exact, but something like South Dakota thinks North Dakota are a bunch of like prissy snobs because one has oil money. And wait, I gotta look that up. But it goes back to their original
I've
reason
never
why
met
they got two.
anybody from either one, and I guess I'm very curious as to see what the beef is because I kind of view them
There
the
is
same
beef, I
anyway.
forget.
Like I know there's a very distinct difference between North and South Carolina, like culturally, like stuff like, you know what I'm saying, food, stuff
Very
like that.
different.
I've never been to, I don't even know what is the North Dakotan or South Dakotan food.
Should I call my buddy
McDonald's.
Jameson, who's from South Dakota?
It's
That,
McDonald's.
Nicest. I think I've said this on the show before, but nicest McDonald's employee I've ever encountered in my life, Fargo, North Dakota.
Oh, you been?
I hope that guy's doing great.
How's it? What's it like?
Vast nothingness.
The state food of North Dakota is choke cherries,
Okay.
which I don't. It's the perfect fruit for jelly, as the bitter sour flavor balances out the addition of sugar. And then South Dakota's food is kuchin, salted half-inch cubes of lamb or beef that are fried or grilled.
I don't know that I can name you a single state food.
I'm consulting with Jameson.
Oh wait, just kidding. Kuchin is their dessert. The half-inch cubes of lamb are known as chislik.
Chislik.
It says were brought to the Dakotas by Germans from Russia.
Germans from Russia, Prussians.
I don't know enough about it either. I don't know none of that shit.
All right, Billy. Let's get back to your Bible.
You want me to finish it? Honestly,
Keep going.
I'm actually okay. I forget where we were.
Sidebar: if we have any North or South Dakotan listeners, what do y'all like? Like, what's like the native food where it's like, yo, if you come to South Dakota, you gotta try to bloop. You know?
Oh no, you know
let
what?
me
Dots, pretzels. Those pretzels that
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
all
Are
love.
Are those from
Yeah.
South Dakota?
I think yeah. Look at them. Wait.
Shout
Oh,
out
well,
to
then
Dots.
respect on South Dakota's name.
Yep.
Because those things are outstanding.
Dots. I would
Yeah,
say
they just got. I hope their quality.
Dots
didn't go down.
pretzels.
North
and-
Dakota, Velva, North Dakota.
Okay, Dots pretzels and pheasants. They eat a lot of pheasants up there.
Dude,
Are those little like
They- no,
mouse
they
looking things
grouse.
with red eyes?
No, they're
birds,
birds.
yeah.
I shot 10 pheasant over the weekend.
What am I thinking?
This
A ferret.
weekend?
Yeah,
I'm thinking
dude.
of a ferret.
Oh, very, very different.
They're really good-looking birds.
Beautiful,
they're made to
beautiful. The
sound kinda-
roosters, dude.
Yeah.
They got the really beautiful ones have nice purple sheen by their neck.
All right, let's get cracking on your Bible.
All right, let me finish it up. Where was I? We were talking about.
I do have some questions though.
We were at the water part.
Yeah,
All right.
where you said that the water formed on this.
It didn't say form. It just was one of the elements that got a part of it. I'm
All right,
always
keep-
just
rough
keep
draft.
going. Keep going.
Rough draft.
Well, it's not rough draft. I work like the water. It's like supposed to be Like, for example, I didn't explain how exactly the earth formed when those masses clumped together, but the water came on one of those masses and clumped together. It's kind of implied.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. On this round floating wet mass, there were parts covered by this water and dry parts made up of other solid elements. This mass was also surrounded by gas that not only protected the mass, but provided a firmament. The masses rotated and circumnavigated the ball of burning gas called the sun. One rotation of the mass allowed the whole mass to be covered by the light of the sun. One circumnavigation of the sun was a year. With that year, multiple changes of temperature depending on what position of the circumnavigation. All to the Creator's plan. So the creating force had formed this wet, with some dry, protected, perfectly temperate mass that had an abundance of resourceful elements on it. The creating force of God had formed the perfect home. That home, called Earth, now just needed residents.
Okay.
The second greatest miracle after the creation of something out of nothing then occurred. Life. Out of the wetness of the mass we call the seas, interactions between solids, liquids, gases, and the energy from the burning ball of gas we call sunlight created God's favorite gift. Comprised one of the most stable of the created elements, carbon, mostly made up the clumps of tiny collections of elements that formed in the sea. These clumps of mass were different than anything that had come before, different than the gigantic mass they inhabited or any of the solid liquids or gases that sprung from the beginning. They had a driving force inside of them, something that held a lot of the characteristics that created the something out of nothing, a spirit that God, the creator of everything, embodied, life. Life then spread from the seas to the dry masses called land. It came in many forms, the microscopic, that through the innovation of small probabilities and coincidences created the perfect home for life. Then life became larger and more complex. Through a system of trial and error driven by the force of creation, multiple families of life formed, fungi, animal, plants, and more. All the forms of life innovated to improve their ability to live in the area of the created home called Earth.
Intelligent design, but also evolution.
It's like
It was
they're holding hands in this story.
I mean, I think it would be crazy not to think that God worked through evolution. Why? Like, that's how he did it. That's how he created different animals.
Can I interrupt Billy for a second?
Yeah.
I think Billy's doing a really good job translating the Bible. I was hoping for something more like Billy football.
I told you I could have done a bro.
It's concerning to me how like wholesome and well put together this translation is. I was hoping for like
It's pretty good.
something a little bit more broy.
Wait till these last two paragraphs. I want to do a good job on this because I could have just made it stupid, but like I thought this like actually might convince people to believe that there is an intelligent designer and a creator.
I like that.
You think you do a better job than the Bible?
Yeah, he does.
Dude, I'm
more
explaining,
scientifically accurate right now.
but like when people are like, "Oh,
That's just a crazy thing to say.
that's not true. He's way more scientifically
No,
accurate. than Bible.
what he said.
Billy thinks
I think
I don't think it is, and this is why.
But you know what? But
you
Big
can
T,
agree with
I
this.
might create more Christians now than you have by remaining
Let's not do
sticking
that.
to the Bible.
I hope you're correct, and I admire your hubris.
You gotta give him this.
That's what they said about the missionaries.
One, he took it seriously. Two, it's not bad. Like it's actually pretty accurate. Like if you was to describe the universe and its origins in a simplistic way today, it's actually more accurate than it is 2,000 years ago when they did that.
But also-
you don't think so?
Also,
I
it
did-
highlights the parts of the stuff that's in the Bible that were correct. Like, for example, light came first, and light is the fastest thing.
It's not true. Light didn't come first.
He created light?
No.
In the Bible.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In the Bible,
I got you,
right?
got you.
Like, light is the fastest thing.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever the Big Bang happened, I'm thinking light came out of it first, right? Or was seen first. What do you think? What?
I do.
So
What I really enjoy about where Billy's at right now with this translation is he honestly thinks he's a disciple.
I don't think I'm a disciple.
I mean,
well, wait,
kind
what
of
is
are.
disciple?
Why can't he
What,
be?
like a apostle? What?
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean, we
Yeah.
can
I'm
all be disciples.
I'm,
Wait,
an,
wait,
I'm an apostle.
Can I just
you're
finish
right.
up these last three? Because I think
Yeah.
this connection.
cook, Billy.
Okay. To live in the area of the created home called Earth. Okay. Out of these carbon-based beings that arose from the perfect home, one arose that had the biggest similarity to God's driving force of creation. Humans. They had the biggest thing in common with God in his image. They could also create. Because humankind was a creator in the image of the driving force God, they were granted dominion over Earth. The responsibility of all other life was in their hands. The tools and knowledge of the universal design and creation was a puzzle they were destined to uncover. Their rewards, the plenty of resources their created home had to consume for their comfort. With the same force that created something out of nothing, humankind continues today on this perfectly formed home that by a miracle and intelligent design they continue to create and build. The creating force that drives everything can be shown to exist by the evidence of being. The amount of coincidences that created reality are no accident.
That's good.
That's the interpretation.
It's good, Billy. Next time I'd like you to be more broy, but that was I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So maybe that, you know, that is Billy. I think the bro thing might be the act.
Yeah.
That was William.
That was
William. William football.
That was not Billy.
I told you I wanted to create two originally, and you're like, only create one.
Well, yeah, I wanted the bro one, but it's okay. This is good.
I can quickly do that.
You did a good job.
That one's easy.
I don't hate it, man.
I did ask ChatGPT to also make one as Billy Football.
Really?
In the beginning, bro, like way back when, there was nothing. It was just like dark, you know, a total blackout. And God was just chilling in the void thinking about what to do with all this emptiness. God was like, dude, let there be light, and boom, it was lit, man. The ultimate party starter. He split the light from the dark and was like, whoa, bro, this is going to be a wild ride. So God starts getting creative like a mad scientist of the universe. He's like, let's get this party started with some sky and water action. He made the 6 separation between the waters and below, creating the ultimate crib in the heavens. Then God was like, yo, let's get some land up in here. He's sculpting mountains and carving out valleys, creating the perfect terrain for some epic parties. He's throwing down with the plants too. Flowers, trees, the whole green scene. It was like God was the ultimate landscaper. That's good.
That's kind of fire.
Then God created weed, dude, so we could get high as fuck and try to figure out what he was doing.
That's facts.
Dude, I actually did some weed over the weekend for the first time in like 4 years.
You did some weed?
Yeah, I did a 5 milligram edible, didn't tweak out, and
damn,
fucking body felt amazing.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Congratulations on doing drugs.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I literally had to do it in the woods, like far away from anybody, because I wouldn't tweak out.
Billy goes on a spirit quest and he takes a 5 milligram edible in the woods. I need to be kept away from society.
Yeah, what would happen if you tweaked out? What do you do, though?
Dude, I want to get away from everybody and like just get sketched out.
Got you.
Did you get sketched out by anything in the woods?
No, dude, I was hearing the coyotes and I was feeling for my dog who was hearing the coyotes because like to him, he's hearing the coyotes outside and he's like, holy shit, there are like barbarians at the gate.
What, he would fuck up a coyote?
Dude, he's not like I like trained him so much to be anti-aggressive, like that he just doesn't have, he's scared of pheasant.
Yeah.
Like literally there was
ferret. I don't.
pheasant.
Very
No,
ferret.
it's
He won't chase down a pheasant, which means I did a really good job and he will definitely be great with children, but like he's a total pussy.
Mm-hmm.
sounds hilarious.
All right, let's move along here. Billy sent over his discussion sheet this morning, and there's one that Big T wants to address. The story of Taylor Swift and the upcoming election. It says Taylor Swift could sway 2024 election outcome. New poll finds with a fifth of voters likely to back candidate endorsed by singer. That's the headline, but that's not the real. That's not what the story actually says.
Did you read it?
I did read it. Yeah.
Did you pick up on the part that I wanted to talk about?
I don't know. So it says a fifth of voters saying that they're likely to back a candidate that she endorses. That's a fifth. That would mean that 4/5 of the people that responded to it they said that they were not at all influenced or less likely.
Well, so 18% of voters say they're more likely or significantly more likely to vote for a candidate endorsed by Taylor Swift, and it goes down. And then if you scroll past these, look at how crazy these pictures are in the Daily Mail, by the way. And then you get to this little line right here. However, 17% said they would be less likely to vote for a candidate backed by Swift, which could bode badly for Democrat Joe Biden. They are exactly the same number. And then like 55 said, who cares? That's the number that should be infinitely higher, but that 35% that would be swayed either way is crazy.
The response bias was probably even higher for the people who said, yeah, I would or wouldn't.
Yeah, probably.
And the people who said,
What
I
is
don't
this
give a
poll? What is the sample
It's actually
size?
crazy that
the data comes from a sample size of 1,500 people.
It's actually
45% of which said they liked Taylor, with 54% saying they were not fans.
It's actually pretty nuts that so many people responded don't give a fuck for like a response bias sample, you know?
Yeah.
It
like,
should be more than that.
It should be way more.
Yeah, but, like,
1,500 people, dog. Oh my god.
But like the fact that so many responded, like I don't care, like that means more people who didn't care just didn't respond.
That headline though is just the definition of fake news.
yeah, it is.
I just put it on there. Knew it would be topical.
No, I know. I'm
the
just
Daily
saying,
Mail.
like, it's such a crazy.
Her influence is crazy though. You seen Kansas City made a flight. I'm sorry, not Kansas City.
Yeah, the
the airline.
1989 and
That's
87.
crazy though.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what's even crazier? I was in the woods and I missed all of this. The whole AI deep fakes they made of her and
Oh,
banned
yeah.
it from Twitter.
Yeah.
I missed. I was off the
What
internet for
happened?
this.
I don't know about this. Whatever.
There's a account that was making basically like AI nudes of Taylor Swift and like AI sexual things of Taylor Swift.
It was basically like AI Taylor Swift being raped
What the?
Yeah.
or sexually assaulted. Yeah, it was like I saw one of the pictures and it was like this is way too much for the
That's
internet. Like
crazy.
somebody sat down and made that.
It's like some 4chan shit.
It's some bad shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a politician to get hit with that first. Like we were talking about deep fakes and the impact on like misinformation. Like I thought it was going to be some sort of political stunt. She's bigger than that.
Like one of her embracing Andy Reid. That's funny. Like
Yeah.
you can make funny ones, but there were some like
There were some
some
horrible
violent ones. Yeah.
So she now her publicist basically made it so you cannot search Taylor Swift on Twitter. Like if
Yeah,
you
you
typed in
still
Taylor
can't.
Swift, it'll just say like error, try again.
Yeah.
Just so you can't basically find those things anymore.
I couldn't. It happened all. I didn't. I
Yeah.
haven't seen any of it, but like it's crazy that it was that nuts that everyone on the internet was like, okay, let's scrub these.
so famous that I can't find you on a social media app. That's a crazy.
That's
fuck,
pretty
dog.
famous. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't search her on Twitter.
I
She
wanna know-
basically shadow banned her whole persona.
I want to know these 18% of people that said they'd be more likely to vote for a candidate endorsed by Swift. Like if they're a diehard Trump fan and Taylor Swift's like, I'm voting for Joe Biden. Are they like, yeah, you know what, Taylor's? I guess she's
What
right.
it is.
Or the other way around. If she came out, she was like, MAGA. We're going MAGA 2024.
I think those people know she's not going Trump.
And then people are like, you know what? Trump does make a lot of interesting points now that Taylor brings it up.
He's funny.
Wasn't she anti-Trump in her movie?
Oh yeah, dude.
Very.
She's been, yeah.
Yeah. So they know.
She was the country's gonna come crashing down. It won't exist anymore.
Okay, well.
She said that.
Yeah, she was like, he's evil and all this stuff.
Well, because that was also like it was a documentary that came out at the same time of a certain Tennessee politician that was against it was like 2019, 2020 when it was some Tennessee politician was against like the trans movement and all of that. And she was like, I, as a Tennessee resident, do not.
She lives in Tennessee.
She has several houses, but one of her main homes is in Nashville.
She claims she's from Nashville despite being from Pennsylvania and faking a country accent for a while to get famous.
That shit worked.
What if Big T just
Absolutely.
dropped his accent one day and this whole thing was a bit?
That shit was
I don't really have an
Yes,
accent.
you do.
It's slight, yeah.
I think I say Southern things, but I don't think if
It's
y'all
not
heard,
heavy.
like
if y'all heard some people,
like if y'all,
Yeah.
The way-
that's a Southern word,
y'all,
but I don't.
Y'all's not necessarily a Southern word, but the way you say it is. Y'all.
If y'all heard
See, y'all
some
heard-
people that I know talk,
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. I went to school in Tennessee, where it's like East Tennessee, right? But then you go to school with people like from Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Like you don't sound like that,
right?
But there are some.
I'm sure, but
Yeah.
like I know people that are
Yeah, for sure.
y'all would be flabbergasted.
What percentage of country singers do you think put on a fake accent? I think it's probably higher than you'd think.
50?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah. It's like
Oh,
the
dude,
country
yeah.
singing voice is very specific. And if you want to be a country musician,
See, and that's what. See, they used to be like, man, you just don't like. No, I used to say all the time, like they sound. I know they probably feel like that about rap for other reasons, but I felt like rap is kind of unique. Not nowadays. That shit all sound like auto-tune, same kind of mumble jump. But like back in the day, like rap was like very distinct. Like each rapper had their own like thing. It was different. But I always used to feel like country singers sound so much alike, but they have the same like you're wrong down there, like that same kind of feel.
yeah.
And you described it perfectly. So
Like
I'm
this,
not.
the singing is way more of an accent than they would use talking.
Right.
And you know what's crazy too is Larry the Cable Guy. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He originally did not have an accent.
Really?
He was from where was he from? I want to say like Delaware or something like that.
Ain't in country.
I don't know. His name's.
Is he really?
His name's Dan.
That's
Larry
what-
the Cable Guy
That's why Zach Bryant's become so
is
big.
named Daniel Lawrence Whitney from Pawnee City, Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. Okay.
Is Lawrence short? Is it?
That's probably where he gets
Larry?
Larry.
Yeah.
So Larry's a Lawrence, like a,
Yeah.
Okay. Like a Williams, a Billy.
Yeah.
He might have had like a small accent, maybe. I don't know. I need to go back and listen to some deep cuts.
What's the dick one? Is that Charles?
Richard.
That shit don't make no fucking sense to me, dog.
Dude.
How are
Dick
those?
Nixon.
How are those related? Like, where is that? Like, I'm gonna call you Dick for short.
There's this guy.
When did that start?
So it had something to do with Rick.
Yeah, it says Dick is a
Richard
middle
Rick.
name for Richard, which likely originated in the Middle Ages as rhyming slang for Rick.
Billy comes from Wilhelm because it was like Wilhelm, and they're like Wilhelm, and then it was
How do you get Jim from John?
Jim is short for John.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
no, it's short for
Heard that one.
Jimothy.
It originated as a nickname for John.
Jack is also short
Jack
for
is
John.
John
Jack,
too.
too.
Why would you give a
Not
nickname
James.
to a single syllable name?
Oh, maybe Jim is James.
Jim is
Yeah,
James.
I think it is.
Jack is John.
Right, Jack.
That shit goofy.
Very
as-
strange.
That shit goofy as hell. Why you giving nicknames to something so short?
And then Peggy is Margaret.
Yes. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Betty is Elizabeth.
Yeah.
What?
So is
It's
Libby.
all new to me.
Elizabeth is also Libby.
That makes sense.
I just realized Wilhelm literally in the old High German translates to like boner, basically. Desire helmet.
So your boner football?
It's from Vil, desire, or will, and helm, meaning helmet protector. So it's desire helmet.
Huh.
It's a condom. You're a condom.
Yeah. So that's fucking lame.
All right, so Larry the Cable Guy, he was born in Nebraska, moved to Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida, not country Florida. Went to high school there, and then he went to Baptist University of America in Georgia and University of Nebraska.
Pretty major.
He majored in drama and speech. He credits his roommates from Texas and Georgia for inspiring his Southern accent impression.
This whole thing's
Damn.
fake, man.
Damn, I had no idea. I seen him in a.
Get her done.
I seen him in a. What was it?
Cars.
No, it was Oh, he was Toe Mater, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yo? Toe Mater.
It's a good character.
That's one of my favorite little kid movies.
In Cars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Underrated joint was Cars 2 with the spies. They got the worst reviews, but like they were spies. That shit was amazing. Fucking haters. Damn, I didn't know he was Toe Mater. That whole shit is a lie. I seen him in a Heartburn commercial too.
Yeah. Prilosec. OTC. Get her done.
Crazy.
That's crazy, man.
All right. Anything else we want to get into today? Again, big stuff coming this week. Science fair.
Excited. We finna go. So me and Big T, we finna just intimidate the office into playing us 2-on-2. So we calling everybody out. If you were the Barstool employee and you think you got game, $100 a game. Me versus Big T. Anybody who wants it.
I didn't agree to that.
I got you. Don't even worry about it.
I think you guys will be probably the best 2-on-2 team
Fucking
in this
probably.
office.
You know what?
Get that probably bullshit out of here.
Big T is
We're
silky
gonna go
smooth.
play right now.
Silky
I'm-
smooth.
I
Bring
feel left
somebody.
out.
Go get you a partner, man.
You and Titus would put up
It was
a fight.
our thing, and you just like kind of like.
Well, he just said, I was like, yo, can we run threes?
But like that's weird. No, not,
Threes isn't weird. Threes is fun.
No. You made it weird for us because we had a thing, and then you're like, "Hey, can I join?" It's like, God damn.
But when did you make this
your
thing?
homeboy, huh? We just made it.
I know, but like,
We'll do both.
All right, Billy.
I actually
we'll do both.
I think Billy and Titus against Arian and Big T would be a
I just
good
got the
matchup.
chip.
Won't be a
I just
good
got the
match.
chip on my shoulder, and I'm about to go
Like,
get
go
a
get you a
buddy
partner.
and bust your ass
Go,
on the court.
that's
dude,
what I'm
you
talking about.
motherfucker.
This is what we needed. See, all
Yeah,
working
dude.
the plan.
I did have it teed off, and I want to know what y'all think about it.
Shoot.
Talking at normal volume on planes for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Is that okay to y'all?
I'm not super comfortable with
Are
it
they
because
next to
everyone
you?
can listen
I
to you.
can't fucking stand it. Like at a minimum, you should be whispering. I'd be down with banning speaking on planes. Nobody can talk. It should be on
Amendment.
flights of 3 hours or shorter. If you're on a flight for 6 hours, like sure, turn and talk to whoever you're
Are we
with for a
talking
little bit.
phones or
Just-
someone next to them?
The phone move is
I mean,
wild.
phone move is wild.
Well, you can't talk on a phone on a plane, but
Well, if you're like at the gate.
Yeah, yeah.
okay, yeah, but I'm talking in the air just next to you, like, hey, this weekend? Oh, you're from Cincinnati? I went there one time. Can't stand it. And it needs to stop. I can't handle it anymore.
Some people are plane people. They love meeting new folks. and-
Psychotic. Psychotic.
It is strange.
If you enjoy, like, oh, I can't wait to get on a flight today and talk to someone new, you are mentally ill.
No, but sometimes you meet like cool new people.
I don't think so, man.
100%.
I love meeting new people. Like, some people have the craziest stories. Like, I was on a flight once and I met this guy who was flying to Hawaii to take a boat back to Boston. And we just talked about deep sea fishing.
How loud were you talking?
Flying to Hawaii.
I don't know. We
to
had
take-
a couple
He was
beers
going to
together.
sail back from
He
Hawaii
was
to Boston?
through the Panama Canal.
Sounds like some sort of drug operation.
Shit, wow.
Yeah, that was also what I picked. You know what? I don't.
Was
no
it
one
the
will
guy
know this
we
guy.
interviewed who went to prison for a long time
No,
for being
no,
like the
no,
world's largest
no.
cocaine dealer?
I'm
No.
going to stop in
I don't-
Colombia on the way back.
So this was killing me. Like when the plane taking off, like and you in the air, there's so much. You can't really hear people like that.
I was on a plane yesterday, had noise canceling over ear headphones on, and heard the whole flight, the two people behind me
There's
talking.
no way.
Swear.
That sounds exaggerated.
Were you
And
listening
they're-
to anything, or did you just
Yeah,
have...
oh yeah, I was watching
You're
a
listening
TV
to
show.
something on a plane and
Yes.
you can still hear them?
Yes.
They weren't talking regular. They were yelling. There's no way you
I
can
heard
hear
them
that shit.
loud and clear.
I heard a love connection. This
Maybe
was like
your noise canceling wasn't on.
No, very good headphones.
about 6 months ago. I was on a flight, and these two people in the back met each other, and they were falling in love.
Oh, that's
I'm telling you,
fire.
they made like date plans. I think they ended up going home with each
Actually
other.
fire.
I think it was like a full. Like, I'm
That,
gonna
that's
go to the bathroom
psychotic
together?
too.
No, I pulled one on a plane before.
Really?
Yeah, I pulled one on a plane before. Shorty worked at the news station. Yeah, this was a long time ago. Yeah.
There is that thing. If you see someone your own age at the airport, you kind of like catch eyes and you're like, oh shit, like this could happen.
Did y'all know who each other were though?
Nah, I never seen her before. We
But
just,
she probably knew who you were.
nah, this was before I was like, I was in the league, but it was my rookie year. My rookie year, I went to go visit my homeboy who was in college still. I went to like where he was, and I ain't gonna say where it was because she may be locally famous. I don't know. And no, we were just on a plane and we just got to talking, and she's like, "What you in town for?" I'm visiting my homeboy. Like, we do. Next thing you know, we just exchanged numbers, and I had a good weekend.
That's cool, but like if you're just in like 32A and I don't talk on the plane. Just
How
don't
did you?
talk on
That
the
was the
plane.
exact
There's no
seat
way
I
you
sat
can
on
hear.
this morning. Seriously, 32A.
There's no way you
Congrats.
can hear that shit.
I
Because it's
promise.
so loud. The outside is so loud.
Promise. It was a small plane, so like maybe the seats were closer together. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
I usually be leaving people alone, man. I let people be people, man.
Dude, I usually just fall the hell asleep.
Yeah,
I can't sleep on a plane.
I'm dope
Really?
at sleeping on planes.
When I went to London last summer, I bought like extra strength NyQuil and drank 2 vodka Sprites. Still couldn't fall asleep. And it was in the middle through the night. Just sat there staring at a screen for 6 hours.
Have you tried not sleeping the night before?
I mean, I could have, but like I just can't fall asleep on
No,
a plane.
actually, that happened to me on the way back from Nairobi.
You need to do first class, bro.
I was in first class yesterday.
Dude.
not to brag.
pretty nice.
Dude, I
on a United regional flight
get the
from
curtain.
Nashville to
Talk that
Chicago.
shit. The curtain
That
separating
shit,
you.
BT. Talk that
United
shit.
Connection first class.
That
baby.
shit, dog.
I gotta tell the story. I got cut off on the flight back from Nairobi
I believe it.
because I couldn't fall asleep, and I was so beat up and sore from the game. I even got a first class ticket back, so I was like, I'm fucking beat, and they just stopped serving me. They're like, we just legally gave you as much, and I was just like, I'm in so much pain, I can't sleep. It was the worst thing
You have
ever.
to be acting out.
I wasn't. I swear to God.
I got lit on the plane, boy. I was like twisted, and they was like, as long as you don't bother nobody.
No, I didn't do anything. I swear. I literally just sat there.
He was probably very red.
I did.
My boy Billy gets pretty red when he drinks, and I saw some pictures of him at the airport. That was when you almost didn't even leave the country.
Well, that was another
They,
time.
didn't they tell you that you weren't allowed to have any more to drink at the
Oh
airport?
yeah, hold on, Donnie
that
did
was
say that.
was a
shit.
different time.
Okay.
This was on the plane. It's the only way I drink certain types of alcohol.
Got it.
Which kind?
Usually hard alcohol.
Yeah, or beer.
What alcohol?
Beer
isn't
doesn't
hard?
get me red. It's like specifically like vodka or gin or I was drinking gin and tonics. I thought I had malaria, and I don't usually drink gin.
I don't understand gin. Gin tastes like pine needles. That shit
Yeah.
is horrible.
Gin is bad, and then tonic water is like my least favorite drink. So when you mix them together, it's why would I ever touch that?
Tonic water is just like carbonated water.
No, it's got like some bitterness to it,
Okay.
some real mineralness.
Never been a gin fan. Not a gin guy.
Yeah. There'll be some gin people out there. Gin people take their gin very seriously.
Gin people are psychopaths. I think that's like a fact.
Yeah.
Wait.
Probably not.
I don't know that with a gun to my head I could name a brand of gin.
Yes, you
Is
can.
it one just called gin?
Tanqueray, Bombay.
Tanqueray.
Bombay.
You know Tanqueray.
Never heard of any of this.
Tanqueray?
Never heard of it.
Definitely not a rap fan.
You know Bombay. It's the blue bottles.
Tanqueray was big in the 90s.
I sure don't.
Tupac.
Seagram's. They
That's
also
ginger
make,
ale.
They also make gin.
Do they really?
And Snoop Dogg got me some Seagram's gin. Everybody
Gin
got their
and
cups, but they
Sipping
ain't
on
chipped in.
gin and juice.
Yeah, gin and tonic drinkers are more likely
Seagram's
to be.
makes gin.
This type of shit happens
That's-
all the time. You got to get yours before I got to get mine.
Dude, I totally forgot about this.
Everything's fine when you're listening to the DOG. He got something music that be captivating. Something take me a drink to the middle of the street, get to macking on this chick named Sadie. She used to be my homeboy's lady.
Yeah.
Tell her bitch please slide up off
been a
these
while since I heard that
NUTs. Yeah.
Nice.
Seagram's made their whole riches off of bootlegging in Canada. That we should have mentioned that in the Prohibition episode. I forgot about that. Seagram's gin and tonic drinkers are more likely to be psychopaths. Study says. Rethinking your favorite drink order. According to a recent study, people who like gin and tonic are more likely to have psychopathic tendencies than.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
All right. Well,
It's good to know, though. If you sit down with a shorty next to you, she's like, gin and tonic, please. You be like, put that on her tab.
I only drink it because I thought I had malaria.
I'm not. I don't even know how to reply to that. Like what?
What is that? Does it fix it? Or I doubt
the
it.
quinine in the tonic. That's the whole reason why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how could you forget that?
Yeah.
That's
You could also just drink tonic water.
yeah, but I for like the alcohol kills the parasite. I think
Sure.
it works.
I don't know enough about either one, so maybe you're right, bro.
All right. Well, we will see you guys on Wednesday. Going to be a very good show. I think. Great guests coming through. We'll talk to you then. Love you guys.